Okay, my name is Dave Yousem. I'm out of Johns Hopkins Medical Institution, and I'm the Director of Neuroradiology and the Vice Chairman of Program Development for them. My Elsevier adventure began with my mentor, Bob Grossman, and he was invited to produce the first Neuroradiology Requisites book. And the first edition Bob and I wrote together, basically at each other's homes for hours on end, spending a lot of time truly writing it together. We didn't write separate chapters, we wrote it collaboratively. And that was, I think, back in 1992 to 94 that we were writing the Neuroradiology Requisites book. Somewhere along the line, the idea came for the case review series, and because of the successful collaboration I'd had with Elsevier on the Neuroradiology Requisites book, they asked me to be the series editor for the case review series. So that was the second publication. I was the author of the head and neck case review book. And then about 5 years ago, my interest started to diverge into the business of radiology. So Norm Beauchamp, one of my close friends and colleagues, and I edited Radiology Business Practice, How to Succeed. So that was my third publication with Elsevier. And in between, I've done some of the editions of Neuroimaging Clinics of North America and Radiological Clinics of North America. So I've also been involved in that aspect with Elsevier. So the unique feature of the Neuroradiology, the Requisites book, was that Bob and I very much put our personality into it. A lot of people commented it's the funniest Neuroradiology book that they've ever read, and that's because we incorporated jokes, we incorporated limericks, we incorporated poetry, we incorporated alliteration, and there was a lot of trying to teach in a humorous way that allowed the residents to remember the material through mnemonics that included the humor and the poetry, if you will. So it was a unique book, and we kind of tailored it to Ben Felson's chest radiology book that was also kind of a personal approach to the topic. So the second edition, Bob and I worked on together, and when it came to the third edition, I had been sort of on Aunt Minnie quite a bit, and some of the residents had complained that the humor was a bit distracting. So the third edition is a little more straight than the first and second edition. I took some of the humor out, but not all of it. Still tried to make the teaching points with a unique flavor and a little bit of a style that's different. And the primary piece of the third edition is that Bob and my names are now reversed, so I'm now the first author, and that was fun taking control of the project and kind of orienting it more towards my taste. In addition, we brought in a new author, Bob Zimmerman, who did the chapter on stroke and vascular disease of the brain. So I think that the Requisite series is a great series that gives you basic knowledge in all fields of radiology and brings you to, the fellowship level as far as the level of knowledge. That is the type of book that obviously you're going to have to sit and study and take notes and highlight, etc. You combine that with the case review series where, it's application of that knowledge that you may have learned through the Requisites, or if you decide not to go with the Requisites, it's a different way of learning. And some people learn best with the case-based approach. Some people learn best having, all the material laid out as in a textbook, as in the Requisites. And I think that, we're trying to touch on all different ways to teach people radiology, and in my case, neuroradiology, even if they have different styles of learning of themselves. Some people are more didactic, some people are more case-based. And then there are the people who just like the electronics, and they'll be playing with the apps and interacting online with the case review series. So hopefully we capture all of the radiology trainees and all the radiology practitioners with at least one way of teaching them neuroradiology, because frankly, I love the field. I've been very happy in my career, and I'd like to share that knowledge with people across the globe.